Hello everybody, welcome to Snyder's Inc. For people who've been watching my most recent reaction videos, are probably wondering why I'm gone back to this style. I'm going to switch back and forth between this one and the camera. The only reason I'm going to still do these, because these way I can do longer reaction videos, and I'm still able to do it this way. If you're wondering why the green screen's not coming, the green screen is coming back, don't worry. I just don't have it up at the moment. I took it down when I lost this channel for that short time. I just need to put it back up. There's a picture currently where the thing was. So, yeah, I have to put it back up and figure all that out. So that's what we're dealing with right at this moment. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for the reaction videos. And we got one for you. This one is from Nick Crowley, has 1.29 million subscribers. If you're not subscribed, so give him a subscribe. Hell of a channel, hell of a guy to listen to for a thing. He's not like, he does it differently than Mr. Ballin though. But this one is called YouTube's darkest channels. So we're gonna figure out what YouTube's been hiding, what's in the dark side of YouTube. Hope you're all ready for this. Hit the like button, hit subscribe button, comment what you think down below. I appreciate all the support I've been getting. I want to continue that support. I want to give stuff back to you guys. And yeah, I want to build up this so I can keep doing this in the future. My hope is to get successful enough to the point I can buy a new PC. That's the goal right now. Buy a new PC so I can do these reaction videos better. Because I like this style better. The style, like, you can't see it, but when you can see it, but you can't. You know what I mean? When I'm sitting in the chair and I'm facing the computer and I'm doing it this way, I like this better than the way I do it with my camera. I like the look of this better. Just because my computer can't handle it, I can't do it. It's unfortunate. I really want to get a new computer. Fortunately, I'm not able to do that right now. Don't have the money to. And obviously I'm not going to ask you guys for money, because that's like, what a horrible prick I'd be. And I ain't about that. I want you guys' money is for you guys, not for me. So, we're going to see what this reaction video is though. Hope you all are excited for it. We'll get into it. And as I used to say before, I'm going to get back into it now. Are you guys ready? Of course you're ready. Let's go.
Darkness can be found everywhere, and here on YouTube that is especially true. In this new series, I'm going to be taking a look at some of the darkest channels on the site that I have yet to cover. These are accounts surrounded by mystery, whose videos are disturbing, strange, and even heartbreaking.
It's just disappeared.
These are just a few of YouTube's darkest channels.
Alright.
A few months ago, I made a video entitled The YouTube Kidnapper. In it, we discussed a channel that had been posting concerning videos that had very dark implications. One of the most off-putting parts of the 00390 channel were the videos that showed the person behind the camera stalking different women. I've had many people reach out to me and ask if there's been any updates around this channel, but unfortunately, there hasn't. However, I have become aware of another channel that shares many similarities, specifically when it comes to filming and stalking women without their consent. The channel's name is Dan Silly, and it's run by a man of the same name. And the content within his channel is disturbing. His very first upload is a 3.5-hour video entitled, "I Will Grab Woman Soon." For the first...
No, by the way, just before I get into this, I'm also going to say, for people who are going to say, hey, don't pause the video, don't do it, the link will be in the description below, go watch it. I'm gonna talk and give my opinion throughout the reaction video. I know people like the want it to just be begin and end. That's not how I'm gonna do my reaction videos. You either go find a different reaction channel, if that's not your thing, or you can just, understand it that this is how I want to do it. This is about how I'm gonna do a reaction video. Because me sitting here for me doing a reaction video of me sitting here for 26 minutes, because that's how long the video is, me sitting here for that long would not be entertaining. There's no entertainment factor to that. I'm just getting that out there, getting my opinion out there. That's how I'm gonna do it. Sucks to be you. Sorry, that's just, if you don't like it, that sucks to be you. I'm doing what makes me happy, and I'm doing what makes my people happy. People who supported me, they are supporting me because they know how I do reactions. I'm going to give it to them, not the people who don't subscribe. And who don't just come on here, listen to the video, don't like what they hear, and then hit negative comment on it. That's not who I'm not doing this video, so. But, you don't just name your first, back to this. You don't just name your first video, I will grab women soon. What does that mean? I would get the total wrong vibe from that, just in general. What do you mean you're gonna grab? What type of women you're trying to just kidnap a woman? Is that the goal here? You weirdo? What are you doing?
First portion of this video, Dan
Oh, you look like a creepy bastard, don't you?
is filming himself walking the streets of LA, critiquing different women on how attractive they are.
What?
Okay, there's a woman up here that's like 30-something, 32 or more. I'm trying to speed up so I can get an image. Her hips were narrow, not wide, that's the catch, right? She was sitting by herself. I could have said, hey, she just looked Asian. An over chubby Asian, Americanized.
This man has never had a girlfriend in his life. I can already tell you this. This man has never had a girlfriend in his life. This man has never talked to... This man is the man that never gets talked to by a woman. Because there's no way a man knows how... a man can think this way. And if you actually are able to... you do think this way, you're a horrible human being. There's worse than you. There's clearly worse than you. But women do not deserve, under any circumstances, to be talked and thought of and judged for how they look. Absolutely repulsive.
Now, though this isn't illegal by any means, it obviously comes across as a little creepy. And throughout the video, it only gets creepier as Dan shares his belief that our society is made too safe for women.
But in this place, the place is too safe with police. In other countries, it's way less safe. In order to get a bodyguard man, that will protect you, you need to be a good woman. You need to act well. But in here the women don't need to act well, so therefore, they're disgusting. Yeah.
Now, I might be wrong. I don't know if I've ever had a reaction video anger me this quickly. Someone will let me know if I'm wrong. Someone will comment and probably let me know. I probably have been angrier quicker. But this guy's already infuriating me. Because this guy is sitting here talking about how it's too safe for women and now they don't even act well, so they're disgusted. Let me tell you something. You know why? Here's what I think. You know why police have to protect women and have to make sure the place is safe for women? One, because they deserve to live in a safe world where they don't have to worry about themselves. They don't need to worry about their own well-being, because that shouldn't be a world anyone has to freaking live in. What the fuck? Second of all, it's because of you, you little creepy bastard. You're the reason other players do it, because of people like you who are fucking weird. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? It's too sick. I swear to God, I wish I knew where he lives in LA. I want to find him. Because if he's not a vet, I want to find him and knock his ass right out. What a moron.
No, it's been good.
But the most disturbing part of this video comes within its description, where Dan writes a lengthy rant about how badly he wants a woman for himself, because I guess the 3.5-hour runtime it wasn't enough to squeeze it all in. The rant starts with Dan saying,
I'm just gonna read this one because this is one where I don't think Nick's gonna read all of this. I am going to grab women. Don't you want to grab them, squeeze them? I'm going to grab them. But only if they want me to. I tell you already, I can speak for half. I can't speak for women, but I'm gonna guarantee you, they fucking don't. It will be annoying asking so many times, but they could get me arrested if they happen to not want me to grab them, and I do. So, okay, well at least he knows not to get himself fucking arrested doing it, moron. I am very happy right now. I have energy. I feel dominant. I want to own women. You don't own a woman. You don't own a woman. Now, there's women who like that type of thing, probably. That's probably a thing women like. I'm not really sure. I'm going to assume. But you don't just go into the assumption that you're just going to own whoever woman you want. That's not how a fucking thing works. Instead of fact, in all honesty, they really probably tried, and they really probably most women could kick your ass, because you don't look like that dangerous of a person. So I'm going to assume that most women could kick your fucking ass. I want to impregnate them. I want to claim the woman I want. I want to claim the woman I want, who I happen to see, who I'm going about my day. Great grasp of the English language. I have energy to work out. My muscles will get huge and I'll be able to squeeze a woman harder and harder. Don't you want to squeeze women hard? This guy's fucked. I'm gonna read this. I'll give my opinion on all of this at the end. Don't you want to have a woman cook and clean for you? Are you as excited as me? I am on my way to becoming a happy man. A truly happy man. You can't be happy if you have a girlfriend who doesn't like cooking and doesn't like sex. The best life is when you get sex whenever you want. The woman is happy to please you. The woman who wants to cook you food and clean your house and happy all the time because she is healthy and not a food drug addict. She cannot drink caffeine, eat dairy, wheat, refined sugar, MSG, etc. It won't work. She should also not be on social media. She should be devoted to you and desire for you to impregnate her. Women who say they don't desire to have kids, I think, are just constantly placated by all those food, drug substances. So their body's never really in need of sex or reproduction. Also, the birth control pill probably turns off the natural feelings of desire. I will have live footage shortly of me causing women to feel high amounts of pleasure. I will show exactly what you have to do in order to achieve similar results as mine. I will show you how to go from sleeping on the streets to... Okay, I'm not even gonna... This is beyond idiotic. This is so stupid. This is moronic. This is what is wrong with men. This thought process is why men have reputations they do. And I'm not even saying we don't deserve it. Because if there's people like this in this world, we probably fucking do. Because men, we cannot think this way. We absolutely cannot think this way. This is not how women should be. A woman should be allowed to live her life and you live yours, and you just both encourage each other and raise each other up. Whatever this guy thinks he's going to have in his fucking life is why he's going to be living on the streets in soon years, and no woman's going to want to be near his ass. None of them. No woman's going to want to near him. This man is such a moron. I hate him. I hate him so much. And it's probably women watching. If you hate him, I understand it. I hate him too.
I'm going to grab women. Don't you want to grab them? Squeeze them? I am going to grab them, but only if they want me to. It will be annoying asking so many times, but they could get me arrested if they happen to not want me to grab them, and I do. Later on in the rant, he says that the woman he ends up with cannot drink caffeine, eat dairy, wheat, etc. She also should not be on social media, and desire for you to impregnate her. The rant ends with a chilling line: "I will have live footage shortly of me causing women to feel very high amounts of pleasure. I will show you exactly what you need to do in order to achieve a similar result as mine." From the first video alone, it seems clear that Dan's view on women is concerning. I mean, the video title is literally "I will grab women soon," and in it he's scouting women on the streets, judging them solely by their appearance. And in his own description, he admits that what he's planning on doing could get him arrested. The insinuation on what he's referring to is clearly there.
I'm looking around, I'm looking for what I want. I'm shopping for what I want to. I'm shopping for food, I'm shopping for sex, okay? This is not bad. Why is this bad?
In the
This channel's gonna... I'm gonna pause... For people who already hate that I pause their videos, you're gonna hate this video. This thing is... I am... I feel like I'm just gonna start repeating myself, because this guy is the most horrible... Is like... has one of the worst mindsets I've ever seen a man have towards women. It's freaking terrible. Now, I'm gonna let the video, I'm gonna keep playing until something drives me out, because I can't keep pausing every time he says something because I get angry, which is what's happening right now. So I'm gonna let it keep playing. I am getting very angry at him.
content only gets worse from here.
Hi. Why are you ignoring me? Why exactly are you being, like, tired of being sexualized? Like, isn't it good to, like, be valued for something?
You don't, no, okay, see, I told you he would do something. No, I didn't even take long. He starts walking. You don't just start walking up to women asking, no wonder they don't know you fucking weirdo. You creepy weirdo. That's why they're not letting us talk to you. You creepy weirdo. See, I couldn't do this on my camera. This video I couldn't do on my camera because I paused it too much. Because I get too angry. I wouldn't be able to just let this play, which is what I have to do when I react to my camera. I can't let this play. This is infuriating to me. This is infuriating to me. Fuck this guy. Those three women should have kicked his ass.
After the initial video, Dan switched his style to approaching random girls and filming them. It appears that he does this in an attempt to pick them up. Typically when approaching them, Dan says lines like, "Hi, I like you," or "I saw you over there and I want to kiss you." It's hard to watch as the people he's approaching want no part of it, but for the most part, it seems that Dan is unable to understand this, as he continues to follow many of the girls even after they tell them that they aren't interested.
The girl ran away from him. The girl ran away from him.
Do you think I can't run or something? Hi, how's it going? How are you? Okay. Why not?
Because we don't give you consent.
You don't have to. I mean, I don't need consent. Right? That's a myth.
That's a myth.
Yeah.
Security? Hey, security.
Through all the hours of content, there are also multiple instances.
How has this guy not gotten punched in the face? If I was in the area and I saw this man filming women and they're asking him not to film, and he keeps saying he doesn't need consent, it's a myth. The first thing I'm gonna do is get up in this guy's face and take your camera right out of his hand. Because you don't fucking do that. You don't do that. End of story.
When Dan is filming where he clearly focuses on the private areas of these women.
You're not.
The more that Dan films these girls, the more you'll start to notice that some of them appear to be very young. In fact, some appear to be much younger than 18. Meanwhile, Dan...
Yeah, that didn't cross my brain, but yeah, they look way younger than him.
And is in his 30s. This is something that is pointed out in many of his comments, with one comment writing, "You should make sure that they're older than 18. A lot of the girls you've been approaching look like kids, dude." Now, just from looking at some of the reactions of the people that Dan are filming, it seems genuine. But as it turns out, there's actual proof that all of this is real. And it's proof that makes this channel and these interactions even darker.
I don't think he could be supervised 24 hours a day.
Daniel Patrick Silly is a high-risk sex offender who has moved to...
No! 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 No, he's not. No, he's not. I gotta let this play. I gotta learn more.
Roanoke Park.
As it turns out, Dan Silly is actually a registered sex offender, as he was arrested back in 2017 for harassing a minor in a sexual manner. It's just another piece to an already dark puzzle, but the arrest did lead to some good. It appears that once Dan was released, he stopped posting videos of him approaching and harassing random girls. And in fact, his channel has seemingly been dormant since then. But that isn't quite the end of Dan's story. As it turns out, since his arrest, he has been actively posting on 2 separate channels. There he posts videos such as 15-year-old white girls served me food and all looked me in the eyes. Marriage material? I saw a 14-year-old who had a round. And how to marry a 14-year-old girl. All of these videos are currently on YouTube, and all of these videos are being posted by a sex offender.
This just took this channel to a whole different place for me. Because I just thought this guy was a weirdo. Just a weird guy. Maybe he does not speak. Even like, he's just socially awkward with a fucked up mindset. No, he's a fucked up dude with a fucked up mindset. This dude. You can't. He's a fucking sex offender. Who is video recorded young women on different channels is not being noticed. Could he not, was there not a thing against him being on social media? Was that not a thing? Is no one figured it out? What's the issue here? Because he's been in jail, fuck. Set a fucking blaze. I am so fucking angry with this right now. Police should fucking be keeping track of him.
It's truly one of the darkest sides of YouTube that I've ever encountered, and it makes me wonder how much stuff like this is going on unnoticed.
Because I literally do feel like freaking like destroying these women when I accost them. My reptilian brain like literally feels like attacking these women. Like just like strangling them and stuff, like honestly. And making them submit to me. I feel like these women, like seriously, you know.
I want to beat this guy with a baseball bat. Someone knows his address, let me know. Fucking help me find out. I'll fucking beat his ass with a baseball bat.
Before I conclude Dan's story, I want to add a disclaimer that it is very likely that he is suffering from some type of mental illness that doesn't make his actions right in any way, and it doesn't absolve him of everything he's doing. But I want to ask you to please not go to his channel and leave nasty comments, because feeding into someone's delusions like that will only heighten his current mental state, and that would honestly just make things worse for everyone.
Well, I hate this guy. I agree with that. Don't go leave nasty comments for him. Don't go do it. Leave him alone. Well, yes, leave the channel alone, because last thing we need to figure out is him. Last thing we need is him feels like he's being encouraged by people, even though you'll say nasty things about him. He can take the wrong way if he does have a mental illness. So yes, I agree. Don't leave negative comments towards him. But fucking figure out a way to get this guy off YouTube. Or fucking off the streets if you can.
YouTube has its fair share of dark channels, but there are countless others that are more mysterious than Dan's. Channels whose entire purpose seems uncertain. Channels like David Sardison, a page likely run by a man of the same name. Throughout David's 2-year span on YouTube, he has posted 8,431 videos to his channel, which roughly evens out to be 11 videos a day. Posting that often alone seems like an impossible feat, especially for someone like me that likes to take their time. But it's what this channel is uploading that has spurred an internet mystery. The first video that David posted came back in January of 2018, and it simply showed a TV playing in a bare room.
Pleasure to do business, Steve. I'm Leanne Ford, and this is my brother Steve. Oh, yeah.
From the looks of the angle, it appears that Dan was recording this while laying down, likely on a bed. The title of the first video is Restored by the Fords, January 15-1, which is in reference to the television show that was playing on the TV. Every single one of the 8,000 plus videos posted since then has followed the same exact premise. David is lying down on his bed, recording the TV in the same room. Now, the fact that David was posting so many of these videos throughout the entire day of every single day shows that David must have spent the majority of his time simply lying in bed watching TV. It's something that seems very mundane, but also slightly off-putting at the same time. Each video more similar than the last, just the same thing over and over again. Who is this content for? Why was David posting so many times throughout the day? And why was he always in that room? Well, for the first year of this channel's existence, these questions were left unanswered. Nothing changed. The same room, the same content, every single day. But roughly a year later, David's videos changed.
Months go by, and a year goes by. And then what happened?
The content stayed the same, but suddenly he was posting from a different room. There was no explanation given to the change in scenery. David was just now posting in a different location. There's something about this room, something that looks familiar, something unmistakable.
It's a hospital. The curtains. I can recognize those type of curtains. It's a hospital.
That curtain next to the TV. A clear indication that David wasn't filming at a house anymore, and that he was likely filming from a hospital room.
Yeah.
At this point, another switch in David's videos was starting to become apparent. It seemed that with every upload, David's camera work got shakier and shakier. Because of this, and everything else that we know, a theory can be put forth that explains what we might be seeing here. It seems like David may have been bedridden at home, and he used YouTube and watching TV as a means to pass the time. This would explain the upload schedule and why he had seemingly devoted his entire life to posting these videos. But maybe David's health got worse and worse, something that the shakiness of the camera could signify. Maybe this led him to be transferred to the hospital, where he continued being bedridden and posting his videos to YouTube. It's an incredibly sad theory, but it wasn't confirmed or denied, and though it seems likely, David's channel still remained a mystery. But a twist was coming, and it was one that put the entire situation to rest. 6 months ago, David inexplicably stopped posting his videos. The channel that once put out nearly a dozen videos every single day was halted altogether. Some reached out to ask if David was okay, while others speculated that maybe he got better and that he was no longer stuck in bed. David's disappearance further deepened this mystery, as no one knows where he went and why he stopped posting. Once this happened, I immediately feared the worst, and for the sake of this video, I did some research. Sardison David Glenn, 1966 to 2019. It is with heavy hearts that we announce the death of our beloved David. Our appreciation to the nurses on the second floor of St. Vincent's for their care of David. This obituary was posted online 23 days after David's final upload. The middle name is even consistent with a second channel that David ran, called David G. Sardison, and the mention of his time in St. Vincent's Hospital is consistent with him being switched over to a hospital bed. So it appears that our initial theory was correct, and unfortunately, David was unable to recover from his failing health. It's a tragic end to what was already a very sad mystery.
So, David was an old man, I'm going to assume, who watched TV most of the time because he was bedridden, and just got enjoyment out of filming YouTube, and just filming videos of the TV and posting them for people to see. And he pretty much did it until he couldn't, before he passed away. Wow. You guys probably can't say like see it, but I am emotional right now from that. Wow.
And the saddest part is that this is far from the only case of a YouTuber inexplicably passing away.
Hi guys.
In the summer of 2013, Tamisha Glashan also...
Is this the one I think it is? If it is, I'm gonna feel really bad. This is gonna make me really heartbroken.
known as Misha Ridge, began her YouTube channel. The focus of it was on fashion, and many were captivated by her kind and cheerful personality. Watching her videos back, they are very reminiscent of old school YouTube, back before the fancy editing and the camera work. And truthfully, they're very refreshing to watch, especially at a time like this. Misha's talent and personality makes me truly believe that she would have found great success on the platform today. But unfortunately, she'd never get the chance. On August 6th of 2013, Misha posted a video called How to Make a Maxi Dress with Cutouts. She concluded the video by saying,
And I shall see you guys in a few days for another sewing tutorial. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye.
that next video would never come.
We start with some breaking news in Sacramento right now. Police are investigating a deadly shooting.
In May of the following year, as Misha was sleeping in her Los Angeles home, her ex-boyfriend snuck into her room and shot her at point-blank range.
I have so many questions because as he's labeling it, May the following year. So even I'm curious what happens in that time gap from August to May that made her not upload. But then to find out also that even if she wanted to come back, even if she just really she couldn't do it. We've had those. Even I've had that. And you want to come back, that's the issue. Is that the person, ex-boyfriend came in, snuck into a place where she was sleeping, and shot her. That is so heartbreaking. That's not what I thought that's not what I knew that I thought this was, but that is so freaking heartbreaking. She didn't deserve that. She literally had a bubbly personality. You could tell that from just watching her video. She had a bubbly, superstar-like personality. Yeah, it was taken from her by clearly a heartless individual.
Misha was pronounced dead at the scene. David and Misha's story are heartbreaking and terrifying to hear, as they reflect one of the darkest parts of YouTube, that out of the blue a creator could just be gone without the opportunity to say goodbye. The final channel that we'll be looking at today is one that I've been fascinated by for a few months now, but truthfully, I was concerned about discussing it on the channel, and I still kind of am, so let's just say that I'll be treading lightly with this one. As of recording this video, our world is still very much being ravaged by the current virus. But in the very start of 2020, things were much different. The virus was centralized in China, and specifically in the city of Wuhan. At the time, it was hard to tell how bad things really were over there, and many claimed that China was censoring the truth from the public. This is something that freelance journalist Li Zuoha seemed to believe, as he wanted to get the truth out about what was really happening with the virus. He traveled to Wuhan and began filming his experiences and posting them to YouTube, as well as on other Chinese social media sites. On YouTube, he posted his videos on a channel called Chris Lee, and in his first upload, he explains that
我的一位在主流媒体工作的朋友告诉我，现在在武汉所有的主流媒体，他们都被安排在一个现在所有关于疫情的坏消息都已经被中央收归统一的报道，而地方媒体只能报道关于。
I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. I 100% believe that. Sorry, I 100% believe that this guy's like what this guy says. That media, government, I don't know if it's just for China, but I believe in general that media would be told to remove the bad news away. Don't report the bad news. Only report the good news about the virus. Only report that. I 100% believe that.
If this truly were the case, and China was censoring information, then what Li was doing was incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
He was actively showing and discussing the very things that China was trying to keep concealed, which means that every video he would make would put a target on his back. In his following 3 videos, Li would go on to interview some of the residents of Wuhan, as well as discussing the theory that China could be covering up the number of infections and deaths. His videos proved to be incredibly insightful thanks to the fact that here in the United States, it was difficult to find trustworthy videos and stories from the area. What Li was doing was very important, and in his eyes he was standing up against the flawed and overbearing Chinese government. But his videos were about to catch up with him. On February 26th, an unmarked car drove alongside Li's vehicle. The passengers within the car told him to stop immediately and surrender. Feeling shocked and scared, Li instead decided to speed away because he wasn't sure who exactly these people were. As he drove off, Li would record a frantic 30-second video entitled SOS, where he briefly explained his latest encounter. At the time of him filming this video, he was actively being pursued by the unmarked car. Eventually, Li was able to make it back to his hotel, where he immediately started live streaming. The stream lasted over 3 hours, with most of it taking place with the lights off and in silence, in order for Li to avoid detection. Throughout the video, multiple police officers knocked on his door to see if Li was in there.
This is freaking crazy. So this guy was pursued, actively pursued by people in a car. He then got into his apartment, hid in that apartment, turned the lights off and remained silent, and then live streamed the entire time. That's insane, man.
After roughly 3 hours and 45 minutes, Li finally opened the door and surrendered.
They don't look like police. I'm just saying, they don't look like police. They look like people who are there to do a different type of thing. They don't look like police at all.
He was arrested that night and taken away. Months would go by without any word from Li. Some speculated that the government had killed him for speaking out against them, while others assumed that he was locked in prison. No matter what you believe, it is still incredibly concerning. A man arrested for trying to share the truth and to warn the world on what was to come. And with Li's disappearance, this channel has truly become a mystery. But Li would post one more video, a video that would prove to be the most mysterious yet. Over 2 months after Li's apparent arrest, he posted a 6-minute video. Here is a brief excerpt.
开门之后，他们进来了，向我表明了他们的身份，他们是公安。在整个过程中，警察文明执法，保证了我的休息时间和饮食，对我也很关心。感谢所有照顾和关心我的人，愿天佑华夏，愿世界人民团结。这些日子，无数纷乱的思绪满溢于我的脑海，有的转瞬即逝，有的只可缄默，唯独这一句不堪之论，注印于心，不可磨灭。人心为微，道心为微，为精为一。
2 months ago, Li was going against the government.
What did they do to you? What did they do to you? What did they do to you? This ain't normal, man. What did they do to you when you were going through this? What did they say to you? What did they act? What did they threaten you with? I want to know. This ain't normal, bro. Let me tell you.
To expose their wrongdoing of the entire situation, and suddenly now he was praising them and thanking them after presumably being held captive for 2 months. According to Li, he was treated well by Chinese officials, and they were simply keeping him isolated because he had been exposed to the virus. But many have their doubts. And what could have happened?
Yeah, for 2 months though. Listen, I bet they take their precautions in 2020 with COVID. Ain't no one ever been told to stay in quarantine for 2 months and remain silent the whole time. No, I don't buy that at all.
Happened in such a short amount of time that would make Lee flip his core beliefs to the complete opposite side of the spectrum. Plus, not to mention the act that this speech he gave was clearly scripted and well rehearsed. As I said, this is one mystery that I'll tread lightly on, but it's not hard to imagine what they might have done to Lee in that span of time. And whatever he endured to make him switch sides like this, it seems that he didn't even get the worst of it.
我是害怕。
Even before Lee had started posting his videos, another journalist by the name of Chen Guoxi had made videos exposing the wrongdoings of the Chinese government in their handling and coverage of the virus. Previously, he had also been outspoken for the Hong Kong protests, and he was an adamant supporter of them, which means that he was likely already on the bad side of the government. And it seems that he too may have been punished for this.
One citizen journalist documenting the outbreak in Wuhan, that's the city at the center of the outbreak, has reportedly been arrested. Another has just disappeared.
On February 6th, Chen would go missing without a trace. His mother made a video pleading for information about his whereabouts. She posted it onto his channel to see if anyone could help.
之后呢，晚上7、8点钟到现在。
But her attempt proved unsuccessful. Unlike Lee, Chen has not been heard from since, and despite immense speculation on what could have happened to him, we still don't really know where he could have gone. Maybe he was arrested, or even killed. That's as deep as I'll go on these mysteries, and for now, we're just gonna have to wait and see if any more information comes forward, and if Chen is ever heard from again.
What a video. Holy crap, there's Vegas. The Chinese government is clearly rubbing the people. Clearly rubbing the people the wrong way. And it's rubbing the government the wrong way. The Chinese government is clearly rubbing journalists the wrong way, and that's why they're investigating them. And now the government at that time seems to be just trying to get rid of people who do. Clearly it's not looking good for them. But everybody, that is it for this reaction video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hit the like button, subscribe button, comment what you think down below. Hope you all enjoyed this. And I will see you all for the next one.